18-year-old suspect arrested in Bucks County for killing a Temple University police officer. More after this. Hello everyone, and welcome back to AG's Point of View, where I give you my analysis on the most popular topics in the world today. Today's video, we have a fallen Temple University officer, who was shot down and killed in cold blood by an 18-year-old suspect. Before I dive into the details of the video, if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to AG's Point of View. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. It'll be more awesome, loving, and wonderful people over, similar to yourself. All my normal subscribers, thanks for coming back. I'm diving in. An 18-year-old from Bucks County has been arrested for allegedly shooting a Temple University police officer to death on Saturday night in North Philadelphia. Miles Pfeffer was arrested at 7:12 a.m. Sunday morning in the 2300 block of Quarry Road in Buckingham Township. Pfeffer, who is not eligible for bail, is charged with murder of a law enforcement officer, and related offenses. Philadelphia District Attorney's Office said. He is also facing charges in connection with a carjacking he allegedly committed after the killing. He was arrested by a team of officers and agents from the U.S. Marshals, Pennsylvania State Police, and Philadelphia Police, and the Bucks County CERT team. Temple University identified the fallen officer as 31-year-old Christopher Fitzgerald, who leaves behind a wife, 4 children, and his parents. So sad. Pfeffer was taken into custody using Fitzgerald's handcuffs. It is a tradition that we do anytime there's a fallen officer, and we thought it was important to remember Officer Fitzgerald by placing his cuffs on the suspect. Salute. Temple put out a statement saying the university is mourning the loss of Officer Fitzgerald, who joined the department on October of 2021. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a little bit of video. You're probably going to see some family members mourning. This video is courtesy of ABC 6 in Philadelphia. It was a very lengthy video, so what I did was I broke it down, just enough for you to divulge, how everyone is feeling around the city, and how things is going here in Philadelphia after this murder, this senseless murder. And you'll see a little bit more information on this suspect. All right, so stay tuned and let's watch this video.
He was just doing his job, no matter what. He had family. Justice for Chris.
One by one, relatives, Temple students, members of the community, and fellow police officers came by to pay their respects to Officer Chris Fitzgerald.
It's painful right now that it had to be him.
The shooting happened around 7 p.m. Saturday night while Officer Fitzgerald was patrolling alone. According to authorities, he tried to intervene during a robbery when he was shot in the head.
He wasn't an animal. They shot him in the head, man. You know what I'm saying? He had kids. What about his kids? His family?
Meanwhile, just hours before Officer Fitzgerald was shot and killed, we caught his final moments out serving and protecting the community as he responded to a crime scene.
He's 31. He's been doing this since he was 19. So this is what he loved to do. He cared about his community.
Less than 24 hours have passed. Flowers, candles, and photos now take over the sidewalk, just feet away from where he was killed. His cousin says he looked up to him like a brother.
I always thought he was invincible. They said that Chris got shot. I was hoping he was going to be okay. When they said he got shot in his head, I was still praying.
Fitzgerald was more than just an officer. He's a husband and a father, too. Joshua Perez used to work with Fitzgerald. He says their bond was more than special.
I can't put into words the relationship that we have. I was honored his father just called me to be a pallbearer this afternoon.
Perez said they talked 5 to 6 times a week, and they always ended each call the same.
I said, little brother, don't be a hero. Love you. And he said, big bro, love you too. I won't. I got you. And sadly, that conversation didn't happen yesterday.
He is widely loved, and the memorial shows it. The Temple Police Force with one less officer tonight, as Fitzgerald paid the ultimate sacrifice.
I just prayed, man. I just prayed God would bring my cousin back. He ain't coming back.
The moments in Buckingham Township when accused murderer Miles Pfeffer was taken away by U.S. Marshals this morning. Authorities say the 18-year-old deliberately and fatally shot at Temple University officer Christopher Fitzgerald after a short pursuit and struggle on North 18th Street near Temple University's campus. According to court records obtained by Action News, Officer Fitzgerald was initially responding to reports of a robbery when he first encountered Pfeffer.
All right, all units available, please clear Broad Street. We got a report of an officer down here route to Temple.
After the shooting, authorities say Pfeffer stood over the officer and shot him several more times in the head while he lay on the ground before he unsuccessfully attempted to rob Officer Fitzgerald of his service weapon and went through his pockets. We spoke to U.S. Marshal Robert Clark, who was there when Pfeffer was caught. He said Fitzgerald's handcuffs.
It's a tradition that we do anytime there's a fallen officer.
We'll track Pfeffer down using the help of surveillance and other video. Shortly after the fatal shooting, video appears to show Pfeffer carjacking someone. That stolen car was found dumped at North 30th Street and Sedgley Avenue before he would make his way almost an hour away to Bucks County. Sources tell us the suspect told investigators he melted the gun he used in the crime. Chopper 6 was above as officers sifted through this fire pit. Action News is also told authorities recovered several weapons from the property.
Okay. This is one of those situations, this is one of those stories that no one likes to see, no one likes to watch, no one likes to hear, because it's just senseless. It's senseless, okay? This young man had to be high, okay? And I think the original story was he came down here for drugs. And I guess once he got his drugs or whatever, once you get your drugs in you, some people get aggressive, some get tired, some get dangerous. Everyone has their different feelings when they take certain drugs or whatever. So this kid decides he wants to rob someone, okay? And Officer Fitzgerald was, on the scene pretty quick, saw what was going on, and decided to ensue and intervene what was going on within the robbery. Now, this kid, Miles Quarry, the suspect, he actually fought. They actually had a tussle. They actually fought, and then after that happened, he was trying to grab, his service weapon. You know what I mean? And then, Officer Fitzgerald he didn't pull a service weapon out, but the kid already had a gun because he already had weapons. He ended up shooting Officer Fitzgerald in the head. After he shot him in the head, he stood up and stood over him and shot him several more times in the head to make sure he was dead. Okay? Moments later after that, the kid goes out and carjacks a woman. Okay? And basically told her, I will kill you. Get out right now or I will kill you. I've killed and I will kill you. Okay? This kid was serious. Now, I still feel like, this kid was high on something, on some type of drugs, okay? And, that's where he kind of got his muscles from. That's where he got, his heart from. Went out. Obviously, when he drove the car, crashed the car around 30th and around 30th Street Station in that vicinity, over there by the trains and all that other kind of stuff. And then, he called his mom. Mom came and picked him up, took him back home, got a chance to stay home, get a good night's rest. Probably made him some dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude's a cold-blooded murderer. You know what I mean? Now, I understand, once that happens, everything's not going to transpire the way we would like it to transpire, at that moment. But, just to think that, this kid was basically armed and dangerous because he had several weapons at his mom's house, okay? And, you know, this kid was looking to do damage. And I can promise you this, that if it wasn't Officer Fitzgerald, it was going to be someone else that was going to lose their life behind this. This kid was just going to kill somebody. He just seemed like he just had a personal vendetta to go out and do something. So I haven't really checked his rap sheet as far as going back to when he was a teenager and, you know, early teens in that situation, so forth and so on. But, you know, I just wanted to I know this happened, you know, over the weekend, this past weekend. And I wanted to give myself some time to gather some information and, you know, just kind of understand, you know, the whole situation. I didn't want to jump to conclusions right away, you know what I mean, and have to retract some of the statements that I made. So, you know, I gave myself an opportunity because this is one of those situations where it's just like, oh, it's just a simple cop. No, but it's not just a simple cop. It's just not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just a police officer. It's not just this or just that. You know what I mean? It's a senseless act of violence. Simple as that. This kid ain't have to kill this dude. You shouldn't even be getting them drugs anyway. You know what I mean? So he'll never see the light of day. Now, unfortunately, Officer Fitzgerald leaves 4 children and a wife. Just think about that for a minute. If anybody out there that got kids, you know what I'm saying, whether you have 1, whether you have, you know, 2, 10, however many you have, just think about you not being there to take care of your kids. You know what I'm saying? Judging by his age, they were fairly young. You know what I mean? So, a wife that's mourning her husband. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know most wives that they have a husband inside of law enforcement every single day. You don't know if that's the last day you're going to see your husband because he's in law enforcement. And this is a very, very dangerous job. No matter what kind of law enforcement you're dealing with. When you're dealing with the public and people just feeling like, you know, they just big and bad and they just doing whatever and it's like, it's you against them. You know what I'm saying? And listen, the perpetrators are getting younger and younger and younger. Okay, so, I mean, y'all be careful out there. Y'all be very, very careful out there. Keep your head on the swivel. Now, last piece of this video is I just wish that this kid had his weapon out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, in hand. Because for you to get shot in the head, I mean, I don't know, you might have got caught slipping. That's how I'm seeing it. Because there's no way you walk up, you see something like that going down, man, I got my service weapon in my hand. I ain't asking no questions. Whether I shoot you in your leg and you turn around, and then, you know what I'm saying, I understand you robbing somebody. And the job of the officer is to protect the people around you. So, you know, you don't really want to just jump out and just start shooting like all Rambo. And the next thing you know, it's a bunch of dead bodies all over the floor. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that, of course. But I just think it could have been a way. Maybe it couldn't have been. I don't know. You know, I don't know what could have been done differently. I'm not even going to speculate and say, well, he should have. Because, you know, what's done is done. And he's not here. And, you know, my prayer goes out to his family, his wife, his kids. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Because this is an unfortunate situation. And it's all too common here in the city of Philadelphia. It's all too common. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description of the entire video for channel, you know, the ABC in Philly, as well as the link in the description of the story. If I see anything like a GoFundMe page or anything else like that that's going to help, you know, the family bury him, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if he has insurance, so I'm not sure if the wife going to be able to do what she needs to do. So if I see anything like that, I'll put the link in the description so that way you can go and donate, do what you got to do. I'll do what I need to do, and then we'll, you know, move forward on this one. But it's a sad situation. Sad situation. Just wish it never happened. So this kid is definitely going to do life in prison. He's never getting out of prison. Okay? He's never getting out of prison. He better not get out of prison. Period. He better not. So with that being said, if you like what you've heard, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that like button as well. There'll be more awesome, loving, and wonderful people over similar to yourself. All my normal subscribers, thanks for coming back. Thanks for sharing the videos. For all my new subscribers, welcome. Glad to see you here. Stick around, you know what I mean? Come check me out on my TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. I do different little funny little videos of these videos. A different video is, you just gonna see a video, okay? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of good content, got good entertaining content for you. So just go and give me a check, check me out, give me a like, give me a follow. And we'll go from there. All right. I love every single one of y'all. Thank y'all for watching the video, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.